Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, my name is Cynthia and I am a mom of two. I have two amazing kids. One is 7 and one is 2. My son Brian, who is the first one, so he's the one that made these cup for me right here for Mother's Day. And I made some tea because this video is going to be quite an extensive one. So I went ahead and I made some tea. This is basically just gingerade from the brand Yogi, just to drink throughout the video because my mouth really gets dry. So but yeah, isn't this cute, guys? Every single time I make some tea, I just look at it and I'm like, oh my gosh, Brian is just the sweetest. But anyways, grab yourself something to drink or some snack, and then so we can binge throughout the video together. Welcome to my channel, and for those that have been subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your feedback, and just thank you for tuning in today. And I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope this video serves as an incentive for your healthy body journey. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my 4 tips to wellness and to maintaining my healthy body. And those 4 tips are physical, emotional, spiritual, and nutritional. Now, when it comes to wellness, if you want to kind of define what wellness is, I think wellness is a state of mind beyond the absence of illness, pretty much. So that's what I think wellness is. If I have to scan through all of the 4 tips I'll be sharing with you today, I would start with spiritual, because when it comes to my spiritual routine, I always make sure I devote some time to God. I always, because that's one of the most important things that I try to put in my calendar every single day. So sometimes it does get tough, it does get busy, and it does get, I kind of get out of focus sometimes, but I always try to get back onto that track. And we're all not perfect, right? So but as long as you try to get back into that track, then that's what's most important. So my first one is spiritual, like I mentioned. And I am a born-again Christian. I gave my life about 10 years ago, and today I think I've made the best decision ever, giving my life to Christ. And I think it's one of the biggest challenges ever, because being a Christian, because you try for perfection, right? It's not easy. It's not at all. But it has amazing advantages, because you get to experience what God has in store for you, and that's on itself amazing. So I'm so grateful I was able to give my life to Christ. Today I do devote some time every day to pray, to meditate, to read a couple of Bible verses, do some Bible study plans. So that's pretty much what my devotion is comprises of on a daily basis. On a daily basis, I always try to have like a prayer session. Sometimes I worship, I praise. Sometimes I'll be sharing it on my story, the kind of worship songs that I would listen to. I love the Hillsong. They are one of the best bands ever. I just love them. And I always love listening their music and just worshiping and just being in His presence. But that is one of my tips to wellness, spiritual. So and then my second tip will obviously be nutritional. When it comes to my nutrition, I always make sure I eat consciously, because for me, eating consciously is being able to know where your food comes from, what it's made of, and how it is processed. So that's what I think, and once I examine that, I think that's the best way for me to eat consciously. So so when it comes to my nutrition, what I do on a daily basis, I practice a lot of intermediate fasting. and that's something you can incorporate in your daily life as well. But you by no means, you don't have to do exactly the way I do it. That's just something that works for me. So what I do is, I pretty much in the morning, I have some tea. I always make some tea, and then I make some smoothie. Try to have some veggies and fruits, and that's it. Anything pretty much you have in your fridge, you put it all together, and you grind it all up, and that's it. You pretty much have a smoothie, as long as you have your veggies and your fruits. And my toast, because I need some grains. I have my eggs, because I need some proteins. And then I have my avocado. I need some fats, healthy fats. Avocado and nuts, those two are both very healthy fats. So I have my avocado on the side, and usually I always have a bowl of cereals. So when I have cereals, I always I always add some nuts in it. It just makes it a little heavy, I think, and makes me last throughout the day. Now, once I have that in the morning, usually between the hours of about 11 or 12 all the way to 5, I drink water. And then sometimes I might snack. I can have crackers or nuts. Sometimes I can have fruits too. It depends. I'm not a big fan of fruits. I only have fruits in smoothies, but just eating fruits bare, I don't usually do that. But yeah, between those hours, I just make sure I drink a lot of water, and or I snack. Healthy snack, by the way. But yeah, pretty much that's it. And then and then for dinner, we usually have dinner at about 5:30, sometimes 6 latest. But whenever we have dinner, I just heat up whatever I cooked the day before, or whatever I cooked during the day. It's anything. Sometimes I just make stew with some rice on the side, or plantains, or veggies, spaghetti. It depends. So whatever it is that I must have cooked the day before, or maybe during that day, that's what I serve usually for dinner. That's what we eat for dinner. And I always make sure I eat at least 4 to 5 hours before bedtime. My next one will be physical. When it comes to physical, I always try to exercise at least 3 to 6 times a day. I didn't start exercising a long time ago, by no means. I just started exercising a few months ago, and it's something I did really find very healthy, because I think ever since I started exercising, not only my skin was glowing more, and even my body, I was feeling a lot stronger, and I could persevere in so many more activities. And even my thinking, I was thinking a lot sharper, doing a lot of stuff, multitasking, and all of that. So exercising, it's something that I have, I don't want to say vow, but it's something that I don't ever want to let go, because my dad worked too hard for me to reach this point. Ever since we were little, he always told us that we have to include exercising into our daily life routine, because when you exercise, you cultivate that healthy habit, and then obviously your body is stronger, and that gives you a lot more years to live. So and I'm so grateful that he was able to instill that in us. Usually on a daily basis, well, I don't exercise every single day like I mentioned earlier. I exercise about 3 to 6 times a week. Usually I exercise on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Sometimes Sundays, it depends. But I do a lot of Zumba fitness. I do pilates. I do a little bit of jogging, and I play tennis. And with all the activities that I do in between, I do count those as well. So even if you haven't started exercising, or you don't exercising today, starting now, it's never too late, ever. And you don't always have to start hardcore. No, you could just start with just steps. Starting with steps every day. Make sure you walk at least 250 steps every hour. At least just having a start, it's something, and then from there you'll be able to build that habit and being able to do that continuously. But yeah, that's my third tip to wellness. And my last one is emotional. When it comes to my emotional stability, I make sure that the ones I care, don't see me depressed, because I always make sure that I keep a good state of mind. Because if I don't keep that good state of mind, then I will not be able to exercise my spiritual being, my physical journey, or my nutritional or healthy life. I will not be able to exercise any of those, and my journey towards accomplishing all of those will be literally falling into the water. So when it comes to my emotional stability, I always try to make sure that I pinpoint that motivation, that one thing that motivates me. And to me, they are my kids. I love my kids to death. So when I think of them, it pushes me to want to worship God more. It pushes me to want to keep working out so that I can be the strong mother that they want me to be. I can still go out there and do my job. I can still come back and provide for them. I can still be able to care for them, care for my family, care for those that I love, my friends, So just that emotional stability, I always make sure it's the number one things I try to maintain, with peace. Meditating a lot, obviously, but I just try to find a motivation that will push me. So that there's one more thing I wanted to share with you guys. I always try not to stay idle, because when I stay idle, I tend to cultivate a lot of negative thoughts. So I try not to stay idle. I try to do something. When I feel like I haven't accomplished something, you know what, I stop volunteering, because I just love volunteering. I feel like when you're on the site, the impact is more real. That's for me. That's what I think. I think it's just more, you have more of that impact. You feel fulfilled. So every single time I go out there and I volunteer, I feel like, okay, I think I'm doing just fine. I think I'm doing great. And somehow, some way, God is going to open doors for me. I try to go out with my kids. I try to have fun with them. I try to dance with them. I try to go out on dates with my husband, go out with friends, because staying just on one position, it's not good for your body as well. You need to go out there. You need to live, travel, have fun. Just try not to just stay on one spot thinking that, oh, she is better than me, or he is better than me, or I don't think I'm better than anybody. So try to find that nest that it's more important to you, what you value the most, and then you make it worth a while. Thank you so much for tuning in the video with me, and thank you for your support. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and click the button down below and subscribe, and make sure to share this video, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye guys. For tuning in on. You okay? You have new life taking its place, and probably in a complex world that we have. And I love you guys so much.